With its checkpoints, armed guards and CCTV cameras, this private school in Kabul looks like a fortress. It's located in the western part of the capital, where most of the Hazara population lives. This Shia minority has been particularly targeted by the Afghan branch of the Islamic State group. And when the school received threats, the headmaster decided to boost security.
We meticulously check every person who goes in and out of our school. Sometimes we even prevent students' families from entering the premises. They'll say, "Come on, you know who we are. Why do you have to body check us?" But we have no other choice but to be very strict on security, to ensure that the children can study here safely.
Hazaras are Afghanistan's third largest ethnic group. They've been historically discriminated against, and today many feel that the state isn't doing enough to secure their neighborhoods against terrorist attacks. So the population has put in place a system of militias who guard schools, mosques, wedding halls, and other potential targets.
I used to be in the army, but I left to join a pro-government militia in my village when it got attacked by the Taliban. I stayed there to fight for some time, and then I decided to come protect the students here because I have a profound respect for education.
Despite this, many parents have stopped sending their children to school. When Zainab's son nearly died in a roadside bomb explosion, that was the last straw.
I've decided to stop sending my sons to school and university. The constant threats, the level of insecurity is making me so nervous. My mind is never at peace. Hazara are under threat everywhere. My son was injured in an attack. Our children are being killed, and no one cares.
My brother Mahdi took English classes in a private school that was threatened several times. One day, while he was in class, the school right next door to his was attacked. We were so shocked. And ever since then, we've been living in fear. Even I don't want to risk going back to university.
Shattered windows, destroyed buildings, the neighborhood still reels from the latest attacks. But authorities worry about their lack of control over the militias, especially since, at the same time, many Shia Afghans recruited by Iran to fight ISIS in Syria are coming back to Afghanistan, with no plan to integrate the national army.
I don't see much good in the Afghan army. I mean, sure, they're fighting ISIS and the Taliban, but they're really bad at it. They don't know how to fight. Take my uncle, for instance. He was a soldier in the Afghan army, but he was shot and killed accidentally by fellow soldiers.
In 2017, Mohammed Mohaqiq, an influent Hazara MP, praised Iran's use of Afghans in Syria during a speech in Tehran. Today, when asked whether they should come back to fight terrorists in their own country, he answers with this Persian proverb. The Afghan government worries that its Shia neighbor, Iran, might use these former fighters to increase its influence in Afghanistan. Some say their Iranian superiors urged them to form militias in Afghanistan. Another worrying development in the conflict, which has been going on for 40 years and has killed or injured more than 10,000 civilians in the year 2018.